Thank you. Thank you. Oh my gosh, you guys are amazing. So happy to be here. Today's episode, we're talking about cooking on the coast, coastal cooking. The goal with this episode today is to just tell you that even if you don't live on one of the coasts, doesn't mean that you can't cook like you live on one of the coasts. And we all need to be incorporating more seafood into what we are eating. So for my first bite, I am making my absolute go-to salmon dish. You guys are gonna love this. Even if you don't cook a lot of fish, I think this is one that anyone can rock out. I'm so just behind that sentiment that I actually would love for someone to come help me rock this out. Is anyone willing to come cook with me? Yeah, come up here. Yes. Hey, Joel.
I'm not your salad.
Don't pass out. We got you, baby. So your name?
Alex Dombrowski from Issaquah.
Give it up for Alex Dombrowski. So, Alex, how often do you cook seafood?
A little bit here and there.
That's a hard never. No, but that's good. That's what we want to talk about. And when you see a big side of salmon like this, I think it's intimidating. So I really want to make this as simple as possible. So we're going to make this really quick kind of rub paste. It's got 3 ingredients, and it hits kind of all the notes. So we've got maple syrup, garlic, and we've got a little bit of mustard. Maple gives you that sweetness, garlic, that savory, mustard, that spice. All right? So Alex, just kind of mix them all in this bowl with this spoon.
Okay.
Cool. Now, when it comes to salmon, obviously, if you live on a coast, you can maybe find great salmon. But again, in today's world, you can work with such incredible quality. We are obsessed with Norwegian salmon. If you can find salmon from Norway, Norwegian seafood in general, not only is it really sustainably raised, the flavor is buttery. It's incredibly, it almost has like a sweetness to it. Absolutely love it. And the reality with salmon, especially Norwegian salmon, really versatile. So don't just think you have to roast salmon. I've had salmon meatballs. I've had salmon ragouts. I've had salmon tacos. Just, we really need to think of it as something that can kind of stretch beyond just a roast salmon. But this is a great go-to. For someone who doesn't cook, he whisks like a champ. I love it.
Hey,
I love it.
It comes naturally.
So this next step, a lot of people don't know. We're gonna cut down the middle. So we're just gonna kind of lightly cut. Okay.
Right.
And then you kind of just use your finger and kind of open it up. And then you just kind of cut little portions. Now, this is the belly part. So sometimes I like to just cut this part off so it cooks even. And this can be like a chef snack. So we just kind of take this off. But what I want you to do is, you can see there's kind of this cut in the middle. So now just kind of cut portions. And again, try not to go through the skin. Alex, you got it. I feel like we should slow clap for Alex or something. You're doing awesome, man. Yes. Keep it going.
Thanks.
It's really easy. A nice, good, sharp, this is called a boning knife, where they're really skinny. We love Schmidt Bros. They make a great knife. That's great.
Okay.
Perfect. So you can see, you can kind of get into these little nooks and crannies, and then you take your little paint and just kind of go for it. You got a little brush there, paint it all over the top. We're gonna season it. Guys, when you season anything, chicken, salmon, doesn't matter, you wanna overly season. Think a little bit more than you normally do, because with a nice thick piece of fish like this, it's hard to season inside. So you have to kind of over-season the outside. And you always want to salt from up top. Yeah, get in there, babe. You know what? Just pour it and let's go with our fingers. There we go. Yes, massage it in there, man. And that's why these little nooks and crannies are so helpful. So then I'm gonna grab a little salt.
Okay.
Beautiful. From up, it doesn't just look cool. It's there for a reason. And then a little bit of pepper. And then I'm gonna have you do it, because everyone knows I can do it, but can you transfer that to a baking sheet? Just use your hands.
Of course.
There you go, bud. Look at him. Yes, handling it like a little baby. I love it. Guys, this is going into an oven, 450 degrees for about 15 minutes. What's gonna happen is that marinade's just gonna kind of soak in there, and it's gonna kind of caramelize and get into all the nooks and crannies. Guys, give it up for Alex. You're amazing. Great job. Great job.
Thanks.
You can take the apron. Go with you.
Thanks.
I love it. All right, I'm getting rid of this board. I'm gonna put this in the oven, and then the quickest little side dish, this is so up to you, but does anyone get worried about cooking rice or grains? Like, is it gonna be mushy, undercooked? Am I wrong? That's like one of the scariest things for me, is like screwing up rice. I don't know why. So KitchenAid came up with a rice and grain cooker. This thing, you don't even have to measure. You just dip in anything, a mug, a bowl, fill it with rice, fill it with farro, fill it with lentils. It senses with a weight. how much you put in and dispenses the perfect amount of water, and it cooks it beautifully and then steams it and holds it. Isn't that kind of crazy? I know. Game changer. Yeah, insane. All right, so what you do is we have some brown rice here, and I just kind of dump it. And I'm so used to this, I always save a little bit back because my kids would never eat it with like herbs in it. They just want plain. And then I'm gonna grab a little bit of lemon and just zest. And anyone can do this. You can do this with, again, any type of grain. So a little bit of lemon zest, a little bit of salt. And then I've got just any herbs you have lying around. So I've got some scallions here that we're gonna chop up. And then I've got some dill, mint, basil, whatever you have. If all you have is one of these, that's totally cool. If you have a ton of them, that's great too. But you just kind of rip them, and you're making this kind of quick rice salad. I had something like this in Vietnam one time, where you just kind of, at the very end, kind of toss all these herbs in there. And it's just, right? The hot rice kind of wakes up all those herbs, and you're kind of making this little quick bed. And so I won't make you guys suffer through sitting through the salmon. We made one ahead of time. Check this out. Look how beautiful that is. Gorgeous. So what we do now, this is why I think this is so smart for having people over, but what we do is we kind of get underneath of it, right? And it will kind of break apart. That's kind of where you want it. And you kind of just start to layer this. And you can see how it kind of already is portioned. So people can kind of take what they want, right? And just kind of break off the pieces. And you don't have to worry about kind of figuring out after the fact. I'm not gonna do all this. This is a lot of salmon, but it is looking good. And then the last thing I would add to this is a little bit more fresh herbs. And again, this is like a Tuesday night for me, guys. This is so fast. You guys have literally watched the whole process. Maybe a couple of slices of lemon, a squeeze over the top, and that about does it. That is my go-to salmon. Smells really good. Easy.